afternoon or evening.
Correcto. We can see the sky barely outside. Thank you for hosting us.
It's
The
only
hostess
a pleasure.
with the mostest. I think a lot of racing themed movies, right? So like if you look at stuff like Fast and the Furious and the like, would you say they're often filled with a lot of adrenaline pumping scenes? You know, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of competition. Firstly, would you say this film lives up to that hype?
I definitely do think so. It is just beyond amazing. I mean, the cars, the racetracks, the locations. I mean, I could just go on and on and on. I mean,
please
it's just,
do. We love you.
You know, it really is one of a kind. I mean, it's based on a true story, and you know, it's very uplifting, very emotional, and you just get to be in the rush of it all. And it's real.
That's what trips me up. Like, I'm so used to, this is what I've said to everyone, like I'm so used to playing the game with like a little controller, and you just, you know, if you crash, it's fine, like you just reset or restart or whatever. Whereas like in real life, like actual racing, if you crash, bro, it's big things.
Big thing, it's real, it's happened. There's nothing you can do to change it.
And that my thing with the film, like the thing that I'm most keen to see is how they've adapted the actual game into like a real story.
You will see it throughout the movie. There are those integrations. So that's the good thing.
Ooh, that's pretty sick. And that's, I think, I mean, that was like a sort of question I had in my mind, but I wasn't sure how they would do that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Gran Turismo is so iconic as a game, but obviously you wouldn't make the movie without the intention of making this iconic as well, right? Okay, my last question for you. No spoilers. Okay, I'm going to say, were you pleasantly surprised with the overall theme and story that they were telling in the film?
Yes, I definitely was. And I think the main reason, you know, when the trailer had launched months ago, you know, and it looked amazing, and I had it in the back of my mind without reading the script or seeing the movie, is this going to be a sports drama, or is this going to be something with that, you know, that rush, you know, where people are excited
Something that like
grips you and keeps you on the edge of it. Exactly. And when I watched it, I was like, this is amazing.
This is what it should have been.
This is exactly what it should have been. And it met my expectations to like over 100%.
Guys, that's saying a lot, because Lou's expectations are quite high. Lou, quick shout out. Where can the good people come and watch the film? Obviously, we are lucky and privileged enough to view it this evening. But when does it drop? Where can they see it? What would you suggest in terms of, you know, cinema, IMAX, whatever the, you know, and the like? Give us all of it. Go. 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. So the movie officially releases on the 11th of August, which is next week Friday. You can see it nationwide in any cinema, Enricoh, New Metro, Movies Act, you name it. All screens will be playing it. I would definitely say IMAX. That's a must-see. 4DX, obviously, because of the whole movement. You're going to get that experience. And I must honestly say, at New Metro, the sighted Empress, Cinema One, you know, the extreme screen where you just feel the impact, and I mean, the format, it's just amazing.
Immerses you. Immersive experience. That's the word of this evening, folks. Immersive. Auntie Lou, thank you so much for your time.
It's only
we really
a pleasure,
appreciate you.
and thank you for interviewing me.
I wanted to say, I like the setup you have here.
The setup?
Guys, let me just tell you, when Lou does something, she does it correct. Alright, she doesn't waste time. I wish you guys were here to see these
I
things.
wish I could take one of these cars home with me.
Which one would you take?
So I believe this is the hottie.
That's correct. That
This
is
is
the
the
one.
one that everyone wants. So I don't know.
Oh, as if I could sell a leg to buy a car.
Yeah, so I would definitely say this one over here, and I think it will suit me.
I think it will. I think most of them will. But guys, just to give you some insight, okay, if any of you know what we're talking about here, guys, this is an R34 Skyline GTR. Signature blue. This thing is why. Alright. Do you know where the keys are by any chance?
That I can't say.
Okay, well, I'll let you guys know how that goes. So, Uncle Canty, welcome.
Hi,
firstly.
What's up? We here?
So, well, firstly, welcome to the GT, the premiere of the Gran Turismo movie. I knew what it was. I just thought you'd know, like, the shortened version. Eh?
Okay. I want
money,
to see where this goes.
I think this movie for me personally was like, it was a bit of a surprise in the sense that how do you turn the game Gran Turismo into a movie, right? So in terms of the overall premise or storyline, what expectations do you have?
Well, Gran Turismo, obviously, car game. What's up, bro? How you doing? Good to see you. Cool. No idea who that is. Anyway, so I think Gran Turismo is a movie. Obviously, it's a car game. It's a showcase of cars. But how do you turn it into a movie? Well, what I like about it is it follows the story of a dude who just loved playing games and wanted to just pursue his dream of playing games, but then found maybe an untapped passion for racing and thought, hey, could this become a professional career? And how beautiful it is that the two just fused together, where from gamer to racer, and not abandoning gaming, but rather kickstarted from gaming. If that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
So I think it's a tricky one to turn it into a movie, but the way that they did it, I think it's done quite well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for myself as well, like I'm a big GT fan. Love esports, racing games. I think the biggest thing on my side is, you play Gran Turismo on PlayStation, and it's a lot easier than, like, say if you want to throw your car around on the road and stuff like that, or if you do a track day or whatever. So it's also like taking the virtual game or that premise to like reality. That to me seems like a massive challenge. But again, like I'm keen to see how they've done it.
You play the Gran Turismo VR, right?
Yes.
That's sick.
Mate, I got motion sickness. Let me tell you, bro. But you know what it is though? It's because like your eyes are telling you, mate, we're going this way. Your body's gonna leave, and you just
you
sit,
feel like you need to move,
bro.
There's just so many people.
Yeah, it's mad. Okay, so last question. I don't want to keep you too long. I know you're a man.
Dude,
your time is valuable, eh?
I'm here for you, dog.
So one thing I remember playing GT is there was always like a select group of cars that I always used to choose from, right? Like I never used to entertain like I mean, there's a massive range of cars, but I didn't used to entertain all of them. There was like a select few. Do you feel the same? And if so, what cars are you hoping to see in the movie?
Okay, well, Nissan for sure.
Product placement.
Look
at that.
Not intentional, but a Nissan 350Z.
Okay.
Why not? But for some reason, always when I played Gran Turismo, I always chose a Mini Cooper.
I think everyone did, eh? Because it's like a little go-kart.
Like, it wasn't fast, it wasn't like wow. But it's a Mini Cooper. Who doesn't want to drive with a Mini Cooper?
Mr. Bean, dude.
So, and also my wife's dad had a Mini Cooper growing up. So
hectic. Okay.
So I feel like I'm closer to my father-in-law if I drive an original Mini Cooper.
Okay.
Brownie points is what it is. Whatever.
Bit of sentimentality there. We love it. Attach emotion. Okay, no, that's cool, man.
Bro.
Listen. The movie's gonna be sick, I'm telling you. I haven't watched it, but it's gonna be dope.
Well, we're gonna watch it together. And I feel that's quite special.
It's
100%. I'll let you have some of my popcorn.
I've been waiting for this day for the last like 3 weeks.
The movie or to watch it with me?
But to the latter.
Okay.
Firstly, welcome to the Gran Turismo movie premiere. Happy to have you. It's always nice having some, good-looking people around here. Just makes the whole event look a bit better, more credible. But yeah, man. Tell me, are you a big fan of esports or racing games, particularly obviously Gran Turismo?
Yeah, so in my earlier days when I had PlayStation, I used to play Gran Turismo. I play Formula 1.
Okay. See. I knew it. We two peas. So yeah, I mean, likewise. I think for me, I think the main reason for me is also limitation. I've only ever been good at racing games. Everything else, I'm useless. So, but yeah, I think from your knowledge of the game, are there? I'm trying to pick out, like the simple question would be, are there specific cars you want to see? But I think a big thing for me in Gran Turismo was there were certain tracks that are just goated, so like Laguna Seca in the States, one at the corkscrew. Are there any sort of scenes or environments that you're eager to see in the movie?
We take the reset and respawn whatever for granted when you're in the game. So, but yeah, in terms of cars, I'm a Porsche fan, so
okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see anything like the latest Porsche that drops. I know they just released the ST.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
In the future game or whatever, or any updates, I'd like to see that car. Yeah.
I think that's a big part of the game for me as well, because it's, it's not like, I was never in a position where there was a Porsche sitting in the yard or whatever, for example. So it was always like you put on the PlayStation and you're like, okay, listen, this is where I'm living now, right? Ferrari, Porsche, whatever it is. But no, that's cool. A big thing for me as well is thinking about the difficulty level. I think that's what I'm trying to wrap my head around, because the premise of the movie, of the film, is it's quite amazing going from being like an online racer,
Yeah.
you know, I'd imagine they use like the proper rigs, the racing rigs and everything, so as realistic as possible. But there are certain elements that you can't make virtual. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things like how the car responds to you, etc. Is that something that you've thought about as well with the movie?
I'm gonna go back to saying that the realism of actually driving a real car is totally different from just being able to just reset and then get back on the rig, on the track. So yeah, definitely like that's what I'm looking forward to, like sort of how they translate the game into the movie.
Real
So
life,
I want to see how that's gonna kind of go. And,
Okay.
I mean, as I said, from the trailer, it looks awesome.
It does. The trailer looks amazing, guys. Please come and watch the movie. Last thing for you specifically, Ox, what do we need to do to get you to purchase a PS5 from Koodoo? I'm kidding.
I'm gonna have to buy.
Think about it.
I'm gonna have to buy the PS5 before I invest in the racing rig because I'm also looking to it.
Okay. Ox, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your insight. And thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me.
Of course.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us.
Oh, I mean,
We're excited to be here.
I just invited you to the interview. Eh? You getting here is someone else. Eh? But yeah, guys. So yeah, welcome to the Gran Turismo film premiere, official premiere. Are you guys excited?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited because of the premise and because Koodoo's here because it's based on gamers that get to race in real life.
Yes, I love
That
this.
is
Eh?
such
Making
a
my
crazy-
job so
That is
easy.
such a crazy plot. So that is what I'm here for, to see gamers actually become racers.
Absolutely.
Right? That's because we're gamers all the time. We're
Yeah.
gamers, that's why we're invited. And we stream car games all the time. So it's like for a fantasy fulfillment thing.
Yeah.
To like get to actually see these guys become actual racers.
100%. I think that's the thing that fascinates me about it as well. What excites you most about this film? I know you've obviously said seeing, you know, the gaming world made real. Is there anything else particularly?
I mean, I
perhaps the
am really
storyline?
excited to see the different cars.
Okay.
To see what they're actually racing with and what kind of power they have behind the car. But I think I'm more excited just to see them turning themselves from gamers into actual racers, because it's a whole different ball game.
100%,
You know, and they even talked about it in the trailer. There's like, you've got to deal with torque, you've got to deal with hand strength. There's also like whiplash to your neck.
the G, yeah.
the
It's
G.
insane.
So I want to see them experience all of that. And of course, David Harbour. Come on.
Yeah.
David Harbour's in this. I want to see him actually help these guys do that.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Kevin, can I ask you, so, I mean, I'm sure you know, GT as the game has a massive fan base.
Yeah.
How do you think the fan base is going to take to the film? Because I'd imagine it's a clash of two worlds, you know. Gaming is very specific. People are very passionate about gaming, and there's many reasons for that. Do you think this film is going to take to the gaming audience?
I do think so. I do think it's actually it's something that the gamers are looking forward to. If you look at the franchises from the other car films that were like Need for Speed, this is going to aid it. As gamers, we're big fans. We want to see our favorite games being made into many other things, films, into books, into beyond just the game.
Okay.
Because it's part of the world. It's a franchise.
Yeah.
Game, you know?
I suppose it's
Just we actually have a game. That's what I love about movies sometimes and TV series, is that you can watch the movie and then go play the game.
Yeah.
That's the best part. So you watch
immerse
this
yourself
movie,
in your initial
and I'm going
experience.
home to go play
The other
Gran
thing
Turismo.
about movies is like, the games themselves have such great narratives in them, and now it's almost like an extension. So you're just seeing the narrative of the game, and when you go back home and you play it, you're like, hey, I
look at it
can play that
Yeah.
way also.
Yeah,
I think that's
and this
something-
is apparently based on a true story. So there
That's what
was
I
a
say, yeah.
crazy executive that decided he's going to take some gamers and make them racers.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a real thing now. Sim racing has become, I mean, if you look at the F1 grid, Norris, Max Verstappen, there's so many like F1 drivers that are still sim racing online. That's something that they do. They make time for that on the side. So it is popping up. They are taking people from, you know, sim racing to real racing. Because again, the skill set is the same. It's more perhaps the danger element, I suppose.
Yes.
But I do agree with what you're saying, and the way you said it sort of made me think of it differently. I think if you approach the game, you can only do what you know, you know? Whereas with the film, you're sitting there watching it for 2 hours odd, and they have to carry you through with the storyline, you know? So it shows you what they want you to see from GT, rather than you trying to find what there is in the game, you know, which you might not.
Hopefully they stick to many of the storylines in the game.
Yeah.
And then we'll all relate to it.
Yeah. No, cool. Okay, last question, guys. What cars are you most excited to see in the movie potentially? Because obviously we don't know, guys. But
I'm a big fan of Audi, so if they have anything Audi,
my guy.
I'm already in there.
Okay,
If they
okay.
have anything Audi, obviously the GTR is such a classic.
It is,
That
it
has to be in the movie. If it's not, then there's a problem.
That
There's
blue
a
one sitting outside, as soon as I saw it, like, I mean, I've loved that car for years, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's so GT, eh? That is so GT. It's the color, everything. And yourself, yeah?
I can't answer that.
You can't.
No.
There's too many.
Well, so I recently test drove a Mazda,
Okay.
and I'm quite impressed with the car. So I'd like to see if they actually include some very dope Mazdas.
I mean, to be honest, when the game dropped, GT7, one of the concept cars was that Mazda, the red. I can't remember what it was called, but it was some insane futuristic-looking Mazda. Mazda's doing bits in, endurance racing and stuff, so it's a good shout. I love your answer though, because I'm an Audi guy as well, so we'll stand together. If they do show an Audi, I'm gonna look for you in the cinema, and I'm gonna.
Also self-driving. We need self-driving cars. Like really, I just want to be on the road, relaxing, watching a TV show, and the car just drives itself. You know?
I mean, it sounds nice in theory, but I don't know if.
self-parks already.
No,
so
it
it's
does, but like I have trust issues, like the car's gonna drive for
No,
me.
but
I
if
don't know,
every
yeah.
car is driving in AI, bro,
Yeah.
there's no accidents. If there's some idiots that still want to do manual, that shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
Then you'll have accidents.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if
that's fair.
everybody is AI driven, it's all uniform.
Yeah.
It's all
We
calculated.
all
I
follow
don't
the
want to
same
see
thing.
any AI-driven cars on the movie. I want to see some
Yeah, the
crashes.
same. I was also gonna say I want to
It's
hear
not gonna
stuff,
crash. It's not gonna
absolutely.
speed.
No, yeah. The movie,
To 120. Just
the movie will be full manual. Trust me. Everybody's gonna drive it.
I
Yeah.
hope so. But guys, thank you so much for your time. It was amazing chatting with you. I hope you guys enjoy the film. I'm really looking forward to it as well.
Thank you to Koodoo for hosting this whole event. Having setups with cars. There's a VR section there.
There is.
If you guys haven't checked it.
Have you guys tried the
I'm
VR
gonna
too?
go try it
I
now.
want to go back. You
It's
interrupted
insane.
me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Welcome, firstly, to the Koodoo gaming area. Welcome to the Gran Turismo film premiere. And also just thank you for your time. Thank you
Thank
for...
you. No, this is absolutely awesome. I've almost thrown myself off the chair already. That's my first time with VR. Very disorientating, but a ton of fun.
Firstly, I think what is one of your core memories of playing GT? I think for myself, it was always, when you have to get your license, the tune, the actual music they used to play when you get your license, that it's a core memory. I don't know what it is. I can never get rid of it. But do you have one? And
Okay.
what is it?
So in regards to core memories, probably the biggest core memory I have in regards to Gran Turismo is quite a recent one.
Okay.
Very close to my heart. I met my wife's cousins for the first time a few months ago, and you have that awkward moment where you're like, okay, well, this is my wife's family, we have to get along, but I don't know them from afar or so. So what actually ended up happening is he's got an entire gaming rig, and he was just playing Gran Turismo. And so me hopping in there, crashing terribly, and then deciding, hey, I wasn't going to race, I was going to become like a Terminator and just knock people off the track. Me and him bonding over that, that's a core memory.
That's insane. That's actually so... Guys, this is sentimental. That's actually so much better than what I was expecting.
There's a human element in gaming that people seem to forget about. And so playing multiplayer games with a friend, or even just experiencing the human experience by yourself in single player games, that's something you experience in gaming that you don't experience anywhere else. You don't experience it in books, you don't experience it in movies. Gaming is an interactive medium, and you are going on a journey that only you can go on. No one else is ever going to play a game the same way you do. So being able to experience something completely unique to yourself is what sets gaming apart as a medium.
I think you just sold me. I think I just became a gamer, guys. A gamer. That's cool. That is actually pretty cool. I've never actually thought about it like that. I mean, as you said it, it just made sense, like it clicked. But I've never ever considered that. I think, another question I'd ask is, having played the Gran Turismo franchise,
Yes.
are there any elements, particularly from the franchise, that you would sort of hope or wish to see portrayed in the film? I mean, I think we all know the basic premise of the film, but is there anything that sits close to you that you're hoping to see?
Okay, something I know that's going to actually exist in the movie already is the amount of realism that the game tries to capture. Growing up playing a lot of racing games, I also played games like Need for Speed, and those were driving games. They weren't simulators like Gran Turismo. So something that definitely set it apart was you played Need for Speed if you wanted to go crazy, if you wanted to do whatever you wanted to do. Gran Turismo is definitely a lot more
Precise.
simulated. It was a simulation experience. And so seeing that in this movie, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Actually going, cool, I know what it's like to go from the game to driving a car. I mean, I've driven a car on a track or two, completely different experience. You're like, oh, I can drive a car on the road, that's easy.
Yeah.
Driving a car on a track, that is difficult. So I'm excited to see the gamers go through that transition from gaming to reality.
That for me as well. I've been on track days as well, more as a passenger. I've never actually, that's a goal for the year so far, is to do an actual track day. But as you're saying, like, even just being in the passenger seat, it's such a different experience. I don't know if it is, I mean, we've touched on it a few times, but the biggest element being that when you play the game, the element of danger is sort of not there, you know? But I think it's so much more than that, you know, like, the actual precision you need to be a good simulation driver. You know, even on a game, even something that's not, you know, there's no danger or whatever, but it's like little margins, you know? And I think that to me is interesting. But as you're saying, I think I'm also keen to see how they've translated like the actual game and the simulation part of it into real life. That adaptation for me is just, I'm so keen to see it.
We all drive 120 kilometers on a highway, right?
We all do, guys, we do, yeah.
But you don't drive 120 kilometers when there's a dead end coming before you. We all know what it's like when you slam brakes because like people are just stopping. It's terrifying. That's what it's like 24/7 on the track.
I hope those were comfortable questions, not too car focused. But I actually really loved your answers.
Thank you, I appreciate it. That makes me feel good about the interview.
Caleb, can I tell you, like I came here this evening with an idea of what the movie was going to be, this whole experience is going to be like. This interaction now has sort of shifted that a bit for me, but in a good way. Like I'm keen but for different reasons. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So glad to have you here. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this amazing journey that has been the premiere of the Gran Turismo movie. Please do go and watch the film. I'm led to believe it's quite amazing. I'm gonna see for myself now and I'll let you guys know. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the insights shared by everyone that we've spoken to. Yeah, hope you guys are excited for this one as much as I am. Please go and watch the film. It does release on the 11th of August. And yeah, thank you so much. You guys know what to do. I'm so tired of saying it because you guys just get the idea, you know? Like, share, follow, subscribe, all of those nice things. Shop koodoo.co.za.